Okay, we have an article here. The dark side of the next AI trade, seizing private property for power lines. We'll give credit where credit is due. Let's jump right into the article now. Share and read along with the article. Very brief, short article. Read it real quick, and then offer, of course, our wonderful comments after the fact. So here we go. Let us rock and roll. So, the dark side of the next AI trade, seizing private property for transmission lines. There's a dark side to the next AI trade, at least for some landowners. Powering up America and upgrading power grids for artificial intelligence data centers, onshoring trends, and the electrification of the economy will require thousands of miles of new transmission lines nationwide. Existing lines will be upgraded, but new lines will also be needed, resulting in the seizure of private property via eminent domain. According to Fox 45 Baltimore, the Maryland Piedmont Reliability Project, MPRP, is a new plan to build a 70-mile, 500,000 volt transmission line across 3 counties, Frederick County, Baltimore County, and Carroll County. The line will connect a substation in southern Frederick County and supply the area with additional load capacity to handle surging power demand from AI data centers. MPRP's website explains that the new transmission lines will require the acquisition of private property through the use of an eminent domain or government-mandated seizure to complete the construction. If PSEG and a property owner cannot agree on mutually acceptable value, the PSEG may seek to use the power of eminent domain using the process set forth by the state of Maryland to acquire the necessary property rights, the developer's website states. All right. A local conservation group, the Valley's Planning Council, explained on Facebook that the new transmission system, which will tear up forests and farmlands, is only being planned because lawmakers in Annapolis do not allow new fossil fuel power stations. Maryland must import electricity from surrounding states. Okay. So we have here, continuing, but this visual here, the only visual of this article, is in a routing analysis, which comes from the power company. It says MPRP will run between North Baltimore County through Carroll and end in Frederick County. As you can see in the illustration here, these purple lines. Study area was selected there. So environmental, historical, cultural, and infrastructure data is being collected. And so they're currently evaluating multiple criteria based on best practices and local needs. So, of course, robust public outreach to inform and engage will support a preferred route that we anticipate will be made public in the fall of 2024. Okay, so market research. Continuing with the article here as we wrap up this brief but very revealing article. It's becoming clear that the dark side of powering up America for AI data centers will be land grabs by the government through eminent domain. In Maryland's case, residents who do not comply with MPRP will see parts of their farms and forests snatched up for the infrastructure project. However, the only reason the new transmission line plan exists is because of the so-called state managers in Annapolis, lawmakers who are truly awful at their jobs. The genius in Annapolis waged war on fossil fuels and banned any new development of fossil fuel power plants at a time when power demand is rising. So instead of building clean natural gas power generation plants near the AI data centers, Maryland must import power from other states. Real efficient, eh? In a recent report from ESG Legal Solutions LLC titled Maryland's Energy Crisis, the critical need to boost in-state electricity generation, the authors state Maryland consumes about 40% more electricity than it generates. To sum up, the dark side of the next AI trade will involve land grabs of private property. That's likely to happen in Maryland and elsewhere, but also we have to point out that the only reason this is happening are the progressives in Annapolis who push green policies. Sigh for the Maryland residents who have to deal with progressives not rooted in reality. End of article. So what we can extract from this article is the fact that in the bigger picture, states that are hyper green, there's going to be infrastructure plays, infrastructure investments. AI is going to be, I know that our good friend Keith Fitzgerald has been talking about this for a long time. Infrastructure plays regarding data centers, AI data centers, the repurposing of Bitcoin mining centers to pivot into AI. All of these things are making a lot of sense, but unfortunately for the folks over in Maryland, they don't have folks who are creating laws who are, because all of this could be mitigated between transformer stations if there was domestic production of energy, whether it's green or otherwise. And this article lobbies for natural gas. But because of the green folks, everything needs to be imported in across state lines from other states that produce it, because this state is got a 40% disparity between what it's consuming and what it needs. So that is our thoughts on this. I think the author of the article makes their point very clear. And so, but from the trading idea, it's been known what we just said is AI stations, data centers that are repurposed, Bitcoin mining centers, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that we have been personally looking into and involved with because a lot's changed so recent in the last 6, 12 months, and this is exactly where we are right now. And we believe that this is going to be a huge, huge play in the next several years ahead. And the companies that we're investing in are leaning into that, if you will. So the results might not be there, but it's a sort of a long-term play for those of us who believe in investing versus trading. Okay, great article. Well done.